Greetings. I am Carolyn Lewis, and this is FBMD, Faith by My Deeds. And how are you today? I'm coming on, baby girl, because I want to continue to touch bases with the younger women, or any woman that it may refer to, but our young teenagers, our young women. How are you? How are you doing? How's life treating you? How are you doing in this uproar and the upcast of what's going on for as with family not being as close as we should or being as reliable? How are you doing with the disappointments that you have over some individual in the family that you had way up here on a pedestal, that you now finding out that you are a young adult, 17, 18, 19, 20, maybe up to 25, 26, that person is human. They can make and have made mistakes just like you have. But here's the thing I'm going to ask you. Did that person learn from their mistakes? Did they have the knowledge or the foresight at first before they made that mistake to avoid that mistake, or was it something that they had to go through to learn from? And when we place people somewhere and think they don't make mistakes, it may be they made fewer than others, or they made different ones than you normally see. But there's going to be something there. They either had to learn how to talk to people, or how to teach people how to treat them, or they stayed too long and allowed people to mistreat them, and they had to learn to love self so that they can learn to love others with boundaries, with healthy boundaries. So, how is things going? So, how are things going? Yes. Okay, let's go back to the one where I said a family member that you thought made no mistakes. Now you're older and you found out they have made a mistake, or they're living in one. They're human. I'm going to go back to that first. Bottom line basic. Everyone fights some form of thought, desire, something of their passion and flesh that they know they need to say no to, whether if it's smoking, drinking, and running around, being promiscuous, or being lazy and used to people handing them things, or they're moochers and want you to continue to take care of them. Now that you're older and you're making a little money, they're now starting to ask you for money, or expecting you to give them money. Set your healthy boundaries now, and let anyone that's trying to take you, I'll give it back. If you had it to give back so quick, no, you wouldn't be borrowing every week or every other week. Now, of course, someone is going to come across sometime and may say, hey, I need this until then, or something can come up. But if you have someone who's short every week or every other week, you let them know, I've made out a budget that I'm living by, and I am saving this, or my money has a name and it's all spoken for. My money has a name and it's all spoken for. Whether if it be for my deposit on a house, my deposit for my lights, my gas to get back and forth this week, my snack money, my lunch money, my whatever it is. Give your money a name. Live by that budget. And don't forget to put something over to the side saying my spending money, my fun money, my eat out money. And don't go over that. Make healthy choices. And you can start now with doing seedlings in the house. Something that you use a lot of for is onions, tomatoes, or bell peppers, or hot peppers. Something that you constantly, go ahead and start those and put them in flower pots. either along the front of your porch or out in the yard if you have the space. But save you some money somewhere along the line by growing some things yourself. If you have the space and in your yard, fine, beautiful. But if you don't, put things in pots or in a bucket or raised bed or, hanging baskets. If it's strawberries you like, start those seedlings now. Hang the basket up and use it for a flower or use it for berries. But plant you something that's going to help save you some money in the long run this summer. That's another way of saving your money, giving your money a name. What if it's a friend that you've been friends with since primary school? And now this person is figuring out who they are, and you all are growing apart. You're going in different directions. They either are taking poor advantage of their newfound freedom, where you're trying to manage and cope with the final stages of high school to get ready for college, or you're working and juggling school, and you want to use your time wisely. And yes, you want to enjoy some time with friends, but this person is constantly on the party. Let's party. Separate yourself. Make some time for yourself. And make sure that you have, again, safe, healthy boundaries. Take care of yourself. Take care of those around you. Make sure you make some time to get rest, time to study, time to make plans. And before you just do a jump up and do something that should be planned, make sure you do your research. Make sure you ask around for someone who either has experience in that area, someone who has knowledge, or you gain that knowledge. If it's starting a business, make sure you obtain that knowledge, or you read upon, see what you need to help, and make wise decisions. Is it holding on to a toxic relationship, or are you starting to feel different towards someone that you're talking to, and you're being a bit disrespectful to them, or you're noticing you're talking down? Evaluate your situation. See if it's something going on with you for his added stress, or are you really growing apart from this person, or is it that you're not really feeling like being in this, or you're tired of being confused about why you are together or his intentions toward you? Either fix it or let it go. If it can't be fixed, because everything cannot be fixed, let it go. Move on, focus on you, and be prosperous in what you're doing in your endeavors. Be determined and committed to what you have set your hands to do. Okay? Maybe it's trying to get out of the house, and you don't want to disappoint your parents. You're wondering how it's going to affect your siblings. This is a time of separation from your siblings. You're going to miss each other, but guess what? You have cars. You can go back and forth so they can come see you. It's not like you got to drive horse and buggy somewhere to get to see someone. We have FaceTime. We have the cars where we can go, because a lot of times you're moving to your first place somewhere not too far from home. And if you get the chance to live on campus, please make sure you set up those healthy boundaries. Keep locks for your food and inventory of what you have, because not all of your experience in a dorm, your roommate is going to be compatible. There's been some stories. Talk to your parents or your aunts or uncles or an older cousin. There's some nightmare stories about having roommates who either don't clean, don't respect your food, they in and out of your things, they studying or they're not studying, they're partying, they're bringing people to it. Hey, set some boundaries up front. Let them know we're going to have to be respectable because we're living in the same living area. But this is not going to happen in the dorm. This is my living area too. And if you have to bring in an adult or the dorm monitor, your parents or someone in to help solve a situation, do so. Do not allow someone else to keep you from being able to study. Can you go to the library and study? Sure. Can you go down to the area within the dorm, the lobby. They have areas there. You can go down and study. Sure you can. But what if you need to study something before you turn in at night? That needs to be somewhere you can study as well. You're paying good money, or your parents are paying good money for you to be there. So take care of your space to study. Take care, make sure you keep inventory, keep your food stored away with a lock and key, because believe it or not, they will eat your food. And think, well, why not? It's in the room. Be careful. Keep your valuables put up or keep them on you. And like I said, make the best of it. Don't go and think you can't ever have any time. But that freshman year, it is very vital that you study and keep your grades up. Learn the campus, learn your professors, learn what's expected. Critical thinking is not like high school. How you're going to read and study and pass in college, especially at freshman year, is not the same as high school. So be studious. Put forth that extra effort. Yes, the games are going to be tempting. Yes, the parties are going to be tempting. But this is where your self-discipline comes into place. This is where what your parents and grandparents have tried to teach you come into place. Now you must parent yourself. You must govern yourself. Manage your time and your studies well. Because if you do not, you'll be on a slippery slope to being academic suspended. So, you don't want that. You don't want to have to call your parents and say, come get me. I can't be here next quarter. It can easily happen, even though you may have studied and carried straight A's, or you struggle and carried a B and a C, but you don't want to get in that slippery slope your freshman year of college where you do not have the grades you need, or your academics. You're being warned about your grades. You don't want any of that. So I'm not going to make this video too long. I just wanted to cover some areas and check to see how you're doing, because with a lot of the things we are seeing on TV, it can be traumatizing. It can be very disturbing. How are you decompressing? How are you caring for others and yourself? Take time away from the news or the videos that's popping up showing you things of ICE or death or deportations or all of that. Take a break. You don't need to bombard yourself constantly every day, all day. Definitely not every day with what's going on negative. Be aware, know what's going on with some things. Do not be totally absent of what is going on. But do not bombard yourself with negativity. Whether it be at home, at school, on your jobs, you always need something positive. And always look for a silver lining in what's going on in your life or around you, so that you will not get discouraged and want to be like, what's the point? There's always a point. There's always a level of commitment that's going to be tested. It's time for you to monitor yourself well and be disciplined and make sure that you carry things properly. Young girls, you are enough. You are beautiful enough. Do not do things to harm yourself because a friend broke away from you, or they said something mean to you and then come back later and say, I didn't mean it. They said it, they meant it. You monitor yourself and carry yourself accordingly. If that's someone you need to split from, do so for your own progress in moving forward. Do not allow someone, know your value. Do not allow someone to tear you down and then pick you up when they need someone around. You're valuable. Treat yourself as such. All right, I'm going to end here. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, leave a message, send me a message, or leave, respond below if you have a question, or send me a message. I am Carolyn Lewis, and this is FBMD, Faith by My Deeds. And you have a wonderful day.